Hello, my name is Erica Payne, and I'm here today with Whitney Anderson. We are both with WESTconsin Credit Union, and we're here today to walk through some practical and easy to use ways to protect both your finances as well as your identity. Fraud is getting more sophisticated every year, but the encouraging part is this: with awareness and a few good habits, you can reduce your risk significantly and help protect the people you care about too.
Here's what we're going to cover today. We'll start with some Wisconsin specific statistics and then walk through the most common scams we're seeing right now. We'll cover imposter scams, phishing, protecting your identity both offline and online, and the financial strategies that can help reduce risk. Then we'll wrap up with prevention tips, local resources, and real cases that will help illustrate how these scams work.
Fraud continues to be a major issue in our state. In 2024, over $44 million in losses were reported in Wisconsin, and more than 26 million of that came from adults aged 60 or older. Right now, about one quarter of Wisconsin residents are over 60, which means scammers are targeting this age group more than ever. We also tend to see an increase in scams around the holidays, when the online shopping and travel go up. Awareness during those times is especially important. Now let's talk about some of the biggest categories of scams that we encounter. In phishing or smishing, it involves fake emails or texts that try to get you to click on a link and share personal information. Romance scams often involve someone building a relationship online to earn trust and eventually ask you for money. Tech support scams involve someone that pretends to be from Microsoft, Apple, or even your internet provider. They may say your computer is infected and ask to remote access your device. With imposter scams, we see scammers pretending to be government agencies, businesses, or even a family member. With AI generated voices, they can sound incredibly convincing. Across all of these scams, the approaches may differ. However, the goal is always to pressure you and gain your trust just long enough to steal your information or your money. They rely heavily on fear and pressure to get you to cooperate. Here are 5 major red flags to watch for. 1. Requests for personal information, such as your social security number, banking information, Medicare ID, or your birth date. 2. Pretending to be someone you trust. Scammers can spoof phone numbers so a call that looks like your bank, Medicare, or the IRS might not be real. 3. Saying there's a problem or a prize. You might be told you owe money, your account is at risk, or even that you've won something. 4. Pressuring you to act immediately. They want you to panic instead of thinking things through. And 5, asking you to pay in a specific way. Gift cards, wire transfers, or depositing a check and sending back cash are huge red flags. Whenever any of these come up, pause. That moment of hesitation could save you thousands of dollars.
Here are some real life examples of phishing texts people have received. Notice how urgent they sound. Reply yes if this was you, or click here to prevent a penalty. The best ways to protect yourself are to slow down, avoid clicking links in texts or emails, and go directly to the official website or phone number. And remember, it's okay to advocate for yourself. Ask questions, verify, and don't respond if something feels off.
If you still use a landline, there are devices that can help screen and block unwanted calls. Call blockers can stop entire categories of spam calls before your phone even rings. This can dramatically reduce exposure to scam phone calls.
Cell phones have built-in features and apps that can help block scam calls. Most major carriers, Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, also offer additional protection tools. Some are free and some may have a small monthly cost. Caller ID can be faked very easily. Even if the name or number looks familiar, it might not be legitimate. If you feel unsure, hang up and call the organization directly using a verified phone number.
Identity protection isn't just digital. Shredding your documents, securing your mail, monitoring your credit, and keeping your social security card out of your wallet are all simple, effective ways to help protect yourself. If you get unwanted mail, you can reduce it or stop it completely through the FTC or USPS resources. Protecting your identity online, it's important to limit the personal information you share. Keep your devices secure by updating software and using antivirus tools. A VPN on public Wi-Fi, strong unique passwords, and two-factor authentication all add important layers of protection. Multi-factor authentication, or MFA, adds an extra step when you log in. It makes it much harder for scammers to get into your accounts, even if they have your password. Make something multi-factor. Well, MFA requires at least two of the following: something you know, like a password; something you have, like your phone; something you are, like your fingerprint; or somewhere you are, like a geographic location. Using at least two of these adds significant security to your accounts. Remember, when something doesn't feel quite right, stop and think. Your financial institution is here to help you, and we would much rather take your call and verify something than have you fall victim to a scam. A few great strategies to help protect yourself include using low limit credit cards instead of your debit card, setting up account alerts, and never giving out your PIN or online banking credentials. Alerts alone can help you catch suspicious activity quickly.
It's also incredibly important to plan ahead. A power of attorney for finances or healthcare ensures that someone you trust can step in if needed. These forms are free from the Wisconsin Department of Health Services or your local ADRC. Many financials allow you to list a trusted contact, someone we can reach out to if something seems off. This person cannot access your money, but they can help verify your well being. Strong passwords, password managers, and two factor authentication are some of the most important steps you can take. And remember, never click on unexpected links.
You can also monitor your accounts regularly through digital resources. Online banking is an excellent tool for detecting fraud early. You can review your account frequently, receive alerts, and even have statements sent to a caregiver or trusted contact if needed.
Who can help you locally? You are not alone. Your county ADRC or Adult Protective Services can help. Your financial institution can also help. Family, neighbors, and caregivers can also play an important role. The key is open, early conversation.
It is always better to be proactive versus reactive. Credit freezes, safe words with a family, silencing unknown numbers, and account passwords or phrases are all effective preventative steps. Putting these safeguards in place early can make a huge difference in protecting you.
Here are a couple of real examples, romance scam and a Bitcoin scam, that shows just how convincing scammers can be. These stories help us understand what to look for so we can stay safe. An individual joined an online hobby group and struck up a friendly conversation with someone who seemed warm, attentive, and genuinely interested. After a few weeks, the new friend claimed to be stranded overseas and needed money for a banking issue. Then came another emergency and another emergency. Believing the connection was real, the individual sent more than $42,000 over several months, most of their savings. When family discovered the transfers, they tried to reach the online companion, but the account had disappeared. The money was never recovered, and that experience was devastating. Another individual received a call from someone claiming to be from a federal agency. The caller said their social security number had been linked to criminal activity and that an arrest warrant was already issued. The only way to avoid jail, they claimed, was to verify identity and settle the issue immediately. The scammer used official sounding language, transferred the victim through fake agents, and even sent documents that looked like government letters. Terrified, the individual followed instructions to drive to a nearby store, Buy Bitcoin using a machine and send it to the government's secure wallet for temporary holding. Each time the victim paid, the scammer said the threat wasn't cleared yet and demanded more. By the time a family member noticed what was happening, that individual had already sent more than $18,000 in Bitcoin. Impossible to reverse. When they finally called the real government agency, they were told the truth. The government never demands payment through Bitcoin, gift cards, or phone calls. The victim felt embarrassed, but they weren't alone. Scammers often use fear and urgency to trick people. Sharing the experience helped others recognize similar tactics before falling for them.
If you ever experience fraud or feel uncertain about something that's happening, please contact your financial institution immediately. You can also report scams to the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov or call the Wisconsin DOJ Consumer Protection Hotline at the number listed below.
These are some of the best trusted resources available, including the FTC, identitytheft.gov, free credit reports, and CISA for MFA guidance. And of course, reach out to any trusted institution, including Wisconsin Credit Union, for help or questions.